Hello everybody, my name is Vero, this is Vero Reads, and today I want to share with you my Jane Austen July want to read. It is July, tomorrow, as of filming, and tomorrow's Jane Austen July starts, which is a month-long readathon hosted here on BookTube. And I don't think I ever took part officially on BookTube to Jane Austen July, but I want to try it this year. I've tried taking part just on my own the past couple of years. I really enjoy seeing everybody's TBRs and reading blogs and everybody talking about Jane Austen and having Jane Austen themed videos and road trips and visiting Jane Austen points of interests. But I've always had a hard time sticking to a TBR because unfortunately I don't. If a readathon is longer than a week, I just lose interest. Not that I lose interest, but I lose momentum, and so I give myself a really long TBR, and I never stick to it because after the first 2 weeks, I'm like, okay, I need something else other than Jane Austen related stuff. So this year I kept my pile really short. I still want to try to read one thing for each of the prompts. Also, I should mention this readathon was created by Katie from Books and Things, and I think this year is Katie and Claudia from the Spinster's Library that are hosting it. I will leave their TBR videos below because they're really interesting. They always give me such great ideas, not just for Jane Austen July, but for the rest of the year if I want to read something Jane Austen related. All of their recommendations are really interesting. Yeah, so they came up with certain prompts. I love that each year the prompts are always the same, because then if I have like 5 books that I want to read for a certain prompt, I know that if I don't get to them, I will get to them next year. And a couple of the things that are on this pile come from last year's Jane Austen July, from when I couldn't finish them. First prompt is read one of Jane Austen's main 6 novels. For this year, I chose Persuasion because I think it might be my favorite Jane Austen book, but I haven't reread it in a while. So I want to do that and see if my if my theory is true that this might be my favorite one. So this is the main novel. Then read one of her lesser known works. To be fair, I have not read anything by Jane Austen except her main 6 novels. So I'm really intrigued by this prompt. I will start with the Lady Susan. I want to read Lady Susan, but I also might go into her Juvenilia if I feel like it and if I have some more time. Prompt number 3 is read a non-fiction book about Jane Austen or her time. And I have 2 books that I would like to read. One is What Matters in Jane Austen by John Mullan, and it is 20 essential questions answered. I started this last year, or maybe even the year before, and then I never finished it. And I don't remember the first bit that I read, so I might read this. But to be fair, at my library I found Jane Austen The Secret Radical by Helena Kelly, and it sounds so good. I read the blurb just because I'm so excited about this book. Almost everything we think we know about Jane Austen is wrong. Her novels don't confine themselves to grand houses, and they were not written purely for readers' enjoyment. She writes about serious subjects, and her books are deeply subversive. We just don't read her properly, and we haven't been reading her properly for 200 years. Jane Austen, The Secret Radical, puts that right. And uncovering a radical, spirited, and politically engaged woman, this book will encourage Austen fans to read her all over again. And this sounds so good, because that's what I get from Jane Austen's novels, that there is a subtext that I'm missing, because it's really topical to that time, and really of its time and place. And yeah, I would really like to know that context, and how, in which key to read the novels in order for the subtext to make sense. So I think I will go with this one, and then if I have time I'll finish this. But this is so much more exciting to me at the moment. Prompt number 4 is read a Jane Austen retelling or a work of historical fiction set in Jane Austen times. I think that was the full prompt, because for that I have 2 books. The one I'm gunning for is what is it? A Lady's Guide to Scandal. There you go, it's very shiny. A Lady's Guide to Scandal by Sophie Irwin. I've been meaning to read this for a while, and I hear a lot of people saying that it's really, really good. So I have this, but I also have Miss Austen Investigates by Jessica Ball. I've had this for a while. This is a proof copy. So I've had this for a while. I think they're number 4 in the series is coming out soon, but I still haven't read it, mainly because this book is 436 pages, 435, and it says to be continued, which I guess it's in the second one, but I don't know. It's such a big book, and also it's a mystery. It's been really hit or miss, more towards the miss when it comes to mysteries. 2024 was the year of the mystery thriller for me, well, mystery crime, and yeah. So I don't want to be disappointed if the mystery is not great, but I've been hearing great things about it. So who knows? I might listen to the audiobook. There's the audiobook on Spotify, so I might listen to the audiobook, which will make me not realize how long this book is. But yeah, these are the books that I want to read for prompt number 4. Again, I will probably end up reading just the one of the 2, if that. Then we have prompt number 5, which I'm really excited about, which is read a book by a contemporary of Jane Austen. And I'm really excited about it because, again, there are 2 books which are very short, and that's also always nice, and that I've been meaning to read for a while. The books that I want to read for this prompt are The Interesting Narrative of the Life of Olaudah Equiano, written in 1789 by Olaudah Equiano, because it's autobiographical. And then The Adventures of Nicola's Wisdom, written by Ignacy Krasicki in 1776. I'm really interested in these 2 because I've heard of Olaudah Equiano a lot during, like, in my Victober readings, but I still haven't read his book. And then I just found, whilst I was looking for books to fulfill this prompt, I just found The Adventures of Nicola's Wisdom, and it's apparently the first Polish novel ever. And I also see it referred as utopian or dystopian. It's social commentary, it's really political. So both of these books, which are really short, I think they're like less than 200 pages, really high on my priority list. I think those are the ones that I will start reading first. Then prompt number 6 is watch a screen adaptation of the novels of Jane Austen, and I want to watch Emma 2020 because it's becoming one of my favorite movies ever, one of my favorite Jane Austen adaptations ever, actually. And I've been meaning to rewatch it for a while. I was just waiting for the summertime because that movie feels really summery to me, even though it goes through all the seasons. But the vibes are really spring more than summer. But we're done with spring, so let's give it for summer. And then last prompt number 7 is watch a modern screen adaptation of Jane Austen, and I decided that I wanna watch Bride and Prejudice, which I think it's from 2004, something like that. But I've never watched this movie, but I've seen it so many times. It just never happened that I watched this movie, mainly because it wasn't on streaming, and before that I didn't. If you caught it on TV, you caught it on TV. Otherwise, good luck. But I've been meaning to watch it for a while. It looks really fun, really fun. I've had some, when on TikTok you get movie snippets or movie trailers. I keep having TikToks on that, and I love them. So yeah, that's what I want to watch. As I mentioned, it's a really modest pile, considering that I have a whole month to read these books, and also considering that there's so many options that I just had to give up on, because I know my reading speed, and this is already too much. But I highly recommend you go and watch other Jane Austen July TBRs, because there's so many good books. There's so many good books that I don't know they exist until Jane Austen July comes about. The other honorable mentions that are on everybody's TBRs at the moment are Jane Austen's Bookshelf, which has recently come out, and Jane Austen at Home, which is another big favorite of this year and last year. They sound amazing, but I need to limit my reach, because it's not very big, my reach. So this is plenty. Even just reading Persuasion, I'm so excited about reading Persuasion, and I would love to go to Bath and read Persuasion in Bath. I mean, if I were filthy rich, I would just go a week in Bath in July and just read Persuasion in Bath. But unfortunately, it costs so much money during the summertime, even to just, get the train to go there. So maybe I'll make a day out of it, maybe. But it's so... I'm so excited about Jane Austen July. Thank you again to Katie and to Claudia for hosting it and bringing the community together every single year for this amazing time. I will keep you updated. I don't know how many videos on Jane Austen July I'll make. I might just do a TBR at the end of it, maybe a reading blog. But if there's anything that you want specifically to know about my Jane Austen journey, let me know and I'll make a video on it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Sorry I've been away for a while. It's always, if there's work, I don't read, I don't make videos. If work is fine, I am able to read, and to be fair, I've read consistently, but I didn't have that much time to make videos. Now I'm hoping that it will be better, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and listening to me talk. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.